Hello, friends, and happy Thursday. So, we finally reached that inevitable time of the year, January 15th. Today's the 16th, but January 15th. It's the first date that, in some of the research and some of the articles you might read, it's the first date that we're all stopping our goals. Yay! So, if you look at different articles, some will say, by the 15th, by the 17th, and February 1st. Those are the dates that I've seen. So regardless of when it actually is, maybe you've noticed for yourself that some of that happy new year, happy new decade, joy and possibility and excitement, maybe has faded a little bit in light of life. Somehow we all of a sudden wake up and realize this feels awfully a lot like 2019. And we just go into our habits and we find out that we're actually not different people in a new year, in a new decade. And this is where some of the cynicism can set in, and we just start little by little letting go of our goals or resolutions. So I want to give you a little secret about how not to do that. Now, it's not an easy secret, and I don't want you to discount this secret when you first hear it, okay? So hang with me. So I've been working with the participants in the Power Start program, which is still open. We just started this week, and we're getting our goals set and all of that. And I have a goal setting process. In one of the Facebook Lives, I went through it. And one of the steps is meaning, is to strengthen it with meaning. Strengthen your goal with meaning. And this is a step that I think most people don't do. And even when I've been in coaching sessions with various participants, and they haven't done that part. And it's so important. So I want to emphasize why it's important to infuse your goals with meaning. So, and also to just let you know, it is not some new age holy-watt thing, whatever. I think I just made up a new word, holy-watt. It's not some new age gobbledygook, whatever. It is actually, it's related to our design. So let me back up. So when I'm trying to figure out how to approach this. So in one of my conversations, the person was sharing all the things that they would like to create in their life this year. And these are things that they wanted to create last year, the year before, the year before. And so what wouldn't cause a person to be cynical in light of that, right? Or just not want to try. So when we dug into her goals, I started to ask her why they were important. And that's when the conversation lights up. All of us have off the top of our head all these things we want. But when you get into why you want it, that's where the energetic power to stay with it, to actually commit to it, comes from. It doesn't come from this intellectual idea of what you want to achieve. It comes from the gut. It comes from the heart. So what I've seen is so many of us have a lot of ideas, what I would call intellectual ideas of what we want to create. It all sounds very good, but we haven't attached that to why we want it. To go and why is it important that we know why we want it? Because get ready for all of your excuses to come up. All of your excuses. When you say, I want that thing, there will be a million reasons why. Oh, maybe it's just not so convenient. Maybe it's just not for me. The person I was talking to had a million explanations of their past behavior for why it's not going to work out. So why is that? Because your goal represents change. Your goal represents change. And most of us as human beings prefer the comfort of what we know to the change, even the one that we say that we want, because we actually don't know what that will be like. What will it be like to write a book? Not so sure. What will it be like to write a book, pursue it, and maybe I don't publish it this year. Maybe I publish it next year or the year after. What would it be like to be financially healthy and get out of debt? Like, I know this life. I'm not sure what it's going to take to get to that goal that I really want. So if it just stays in the head, if your goals just stay as an intellectual idea of what you want and not attached to why you want it, whether it's January 15th or January 17th or February 1st or February 15th, eventually you'll lose touch. You'll lose touch because you need that why in order to keep going. You know, I've told y'all before that I've been using the Peloton digital app to do these runs outside. And that's one thing Robin Arzon is always saying in my ear. She's saying, what's your why? You got to have a why to run this much. You got to have a why to run, to train. You have to have a why if you want to run a half marathon. And it's not good enough to just be the thing, to just be the what. So I want to encourage you to all think about with your goals, what is my why in that? Why do I want this thing? Because the what will never hold enough power. And this is important to look at from a productivity point of view, generally speaking. We tend to validate things that come from the mind more than the heart. So, and we discount the heart because we think it isn't really real, right? No. From a design point of view, from how we're created, from how our neurochemistry works, our emotions, our feelings are a feature, not a bug. They are part of the design. This is what creates the protective instinct towards your children, right? It comes from the feeling. It's not just the intellect saying, oh my gosh, I have a child, I must take care of the child. It comes from something deeper in terms of the emotional body. That gets the neurochemistry going in the right direction. So we want to take advantage of this kind of design when we're looking at what kind of life do I want to create. And you know, I was reflecting on this conversation that I had with someone just recently about her goals, and we went through the process of the why. And I want to go back to her because I realize the why has to be strong enough. You know, when I ask someone, why do you want to change your business model from X to Y? That was one of them. One person wanted to change her business model, have more high-paying clients and change her other clients into workshops. That was her goal. And I asked why, and she said, oh, because I think it would be better. And, she had a bunch of sort of from the head reasons. And I kept asking her, why that? And she got to, because I want to use my time well, and I really want to have an impact, and I can't do it in the business model that I'm in. So that why has some meat behind it. That why is true. And if she stays connected to that why as she's doing this business model shift, she's much more likely to stay with it. She's much more likely to achieve that goal. So I recommend that those goals that you were so excited about on January 1st, that you identify your why behind it, and don't start with the first why, because the first why will again be right out of your brain, the one you came up with. Keep asking, well, why is that important? Well, why is that important? And you'll get to one that is the core of who you are, that is important to you. You know, a lot of people are good at identifying their life purpose and all their values and all of that. And that's fantastic. If you're one of those people, that's wonderful. A lot of people identify that from what I would call the ground up, from looking at, what am I interested in creating, and then getting to know the why behind it. And in that getting to know the why, you begin to collect your own identity about what's important to you in life. And you can use that to be productive. Use that power to be productive, the power of why. You have to know why you want something. So I recommend you get that why, and when you write down your goals, and underneath each goal, put the why. Put the reason why you want that thing. So once you do that, then keep them posted and keep looking at the why, because the why will keep you in the game for the long term. Because the things that we want to create, they should be challenging, they should be hard, they represent change, and you're going to need something bigger than the what to get you there. So that's my suggestion for you on this Thursday afternoon. Go get a why and see if that doesn't magnify and intensify your own commitment to achieving your goals. Have a great day.